Crystal.
We didn't have any problems with it. It says it doesn't go through and we didn't. Yes, Judge.
I'm showing a Kendall Schroeder in the waiting room, and on our docket, it says she paid online.
What? Yeah, she did pay already, so she doesn't need to be on. She's fully paid.
Okay, but did she get did we keep her deferred?
Yes. Yes, we closed her out as deferred, Judge.
Okay, I'm gonna bring her into the room. So
okay, Judge.
Ms. Schroeder.
Yes, sir.
We're showing you as being in compliance and closed out.
So I excuse me, I already paid the ticket. I paid it last week.
Yes. Yeah.
But I had my son shortly, like literally 3 days after my when I contested the ticket. And honestly, it just wasn't, I had other stuff to pay for with that. So that's why I was late paying it. So I had to wait to get my credit card paid off so I could put it on a credit card.
No, we went ahead and closed you out as compliant. You received a deferred disposition and the case got dismissed.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm good to go.
You're good to go.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hello.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal. I'm the court administrator here at the Robstown Municipal Court. I do need everybody to put their phones on mute, and it does ask you to connect to make sure to put in your name. So if you have, I see one that says Google Pixel 7, just make sure you sign in with your name, please. And the judge will be with everybody shortly.
Good morning. Today's date is June 23rd, 2023. The time is approximately 9:13 a.m. My name is Tony Gonzalez. I'm the judge of the Robstown Municipal Court. We are on the record. That means that everything here today is being recorded live in the courtroom. In addition, everything's being broadcast live on the court's YouTube channel. These hearings are being conducted via Zoom. I want to thank those that are here today for showing up. A lot more people were summoned to show up, and they still may show up here in a little bit. I try to give people a little time. That's why I never start exactly at 9 o'clock. And they still may show up, but I want to thank you folks for being on time and showing up. we are here on what's called the Showcause docket. What that means is that those of you that are here today, you've already entered in your plea of either guilty or no contest. You were ordered to do something. It wasn't done, and now you're before the court to answer for that. Okay. So what I'm going to do here in a minute, I'm going to call the docket. I'll try to start with the people that are present first so we can get y'all going. Some of y'all don't have y'all's name on there, so I may address you by the whatever I'm seeing on my screen, and then I'll change the name. Okay. So I'm gonna get started unless anyone has any questions. Any questions?
No, sir.
All right. And that's the other thing. In the meantime, I need everybody to be on mute until I call your case, because sometimes we hear background noise and whatnot. You call your case. When I call your case, you can go ahead and unmute. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Since I don't have everybody's name, I'm just going to go in order. If you hear your name, unmute and let me know you're here. Court calls cause number 2207-003634, State of Texas versus Aaron Aguirre.
Here.
Aguirre.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, Aaron, I need you to show your face, please. Go ahead and change your name on the screen. Okay, Mr. Aguirre, please raise your right hand. You swear to
I do.
are Aaron Aguirre?
Yes, sir.
It looks like back in December, you entered a plea of guilty where I ordered a 90-day deferred disposition. I ordered you to pay a fine of $230 and cost of $81 for a total of $281, and to do an alcohol awareness course. I'm showing that none of that has been done as of today. Anything you want to say, Mr. Aguirre?
I did make a $40 payment at the beginning because I think it was $311 was a total, and that's why it's down to $281 now. But I'm not working at the moment, so that's why it's been really difficult for me to come up with the money. And then getting help from here, family members and stuff, has been difficult as well. So.
No, I hear you, but you've got to let us know stuff. You can't just let it go. Like right now, there's nothing I can do for you, Aaron, because the most time I can have you on deferred disposition is 180 days, right? Your 180 days were up on June 19th. So all I can do now is withdraw the deferred disposition and find you guilty and enter a conviction. Okay.
So I can no longer make that payment for the
No, you can
281.
you can still make the payment, but you're going to have what I like to do. I like to give people an opportunity to fulfill the deferred status, right? So you don't get a conviction, right? And under the law, the most I can have you on deferred is 180 days, right?
Okay.
So your 180 days were up on June 19th.
Okay.
All I can do now is find you guilty, and we can put you on an extended payment plan, Aaron. Okay, so to give you an opportunity to pay off what's owed, and that way there's no warrant that goes out, right? But I need you to come in, and there's a document you fill out so we can go ahead and put you on an extended payment plan. Okay, can you come in today and do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Aaron, you know where we're located, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Court calls cause number 2004001224 and 2008003170, State of Texas versus Ramon Barbosa. Ramon Barbosa. Court calls cause number 2207003573 and 2207003574, State of Texas versus Jennifer Bognan. Crystal,
Yes, sir.
a comment on there. Did she do hers successfully?
No, she didn't, Judge.
Okay. And she did not appear. Court calls cause number 2207004526, State of Texas versus Luis Garcia Jr. Luis Garcia Jr. Court calls cause number 2102000394, Jalen Lee Hopkins. Jalen Lee Hopkins. Court calls cause number 2207004700 and 2207004701, Jose Santos Jr. Jose Santos Jr. Court calls cause number 2207002338, Kimberly Spears. Kimberly Spears. Court calls cause number 200900344612 and 2012004883, Ricky Antonio Soto. Ricky Antonio Soto. Court calls cause number 2207002349, Jessica Ann Velasquez. Jessica Ann Velasquez. I see you, Ms. Velasquez.
Okay, here I am.
So let me get your file real quick. Okay, Ms. Velasquez, it looks like back in September of 2022, you pled no contest and I ordered 90 days deferred disposition and ordered fine and court cost of $311. As of today, nothing's been paid. And your 90 days was up in December of 2022, and your 180 days was up in March of 2023. So much like the other gentleman, Ms. Velasquez, I have no choice but to adjudicate you and find you guilty.
Okay.
If you need to be put on an extended payment plan, is that what you need, Ms. Velasquez?
Yes, sir.
I need you to come by the court to fill out that work so we can get that done for you, okay?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Can you do that today?
Yes, sir. I can do that today.
Okay, then we'll see you here at some point today, okay?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Court calls cause number 6001661, State of Texas versus Arturo Zamora. Arturo Zamora. For cause number 2302-001639, State of Texas versus Thomas Aldridge.
Yes, sir.
Crystal, is this just a new case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, he just needs to be arraigned?
Yes.
Okay, before I go on to this case, the young lady that I see that the other person left in the room, can you please give me your name? You are on mute, ma'am.
Jennifer Bogan, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, you're one of the first ones I called. Court recalls cause number 2207-003573 and 2207-003574, State of Texas versus Jennifer Bogan.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Bogan, you were ordered back on December 21st after pleading no contest on cause number 2207-003573. You were ordered 90 days deferred disposition in order to pay a fine of $191, fine and court costs. It looks like that has not been paid. And the second one was going to be dismissed. Cause number 2207.
If I did,
If you did the first one successfully.
if I did the community service, I had tried doing community service. I'm in court.
No,
I tried doing community service.
this says to be dismissed upon successful completion of the first charge, which was plead no contest, which was the fine and cost of $191. That's all you had to do was pay that, and then the second one would get dismissed also.
Sir, I think we're misunderstanding here because I was in, last time I had seen you on via Zoom, we discussed that you said after 90 days, if there was no payment, then I would, that's what I thought this hearing was for the end of the 90 days. There's a word for it, indigent. I'm indigent. I do not have the funds to pay you. I hardly have funds to pay for my bills. And I explained this to the lady at the desk, and she told me that after 90 days that I would be able to see you and talk to you about community service instead of payment. And she told me that I wouldn't be able to sign up for community service before the 90 days is up. I would have to be on the 90 days deferral first, make sure that I didn't get into trouble first or something like that. And then after 90 days, I would have my meeting with you and you would discuss with me why I'm indigent and why I need community service. And she had explained that there wasn't places in Robstown for community service. And I said, well, I work in Portland, I work in Port A, I work in Corpus. Right now I'm working in Corpus and I can do community service at Goodwill. And that's what I explained to her. And she told me that she was going to explain this to you and that we were going to have, that I was going to get a letter in the mail saying that I would have a hearing with you about this community service.
Crystal, you know anything about this?
I think she spoke with Cynthia in regards to it, Judge. It does say on the notes that she's on the 90-day deferral, and that if she wasn't going to be able to pay that to come back. That Cynthia did write she needed to contact the court if she wasn't going to be able to make a payment after the 90 days, but we did not hear from her.
I did contact her and
Jennifer,
I asked her about.
Jennifer, so you can still get on a payment plan, okay? The only issue is that your 180 days are up. Like by law, I cannot extend the deferred any further than that. Even if you were put on a payment plan and if the payment plan went beyond the 180 days, I can't extend it further than that by law. Now you can get on a payment plan and it can go beyond. I mean, I put people on payment plans for up to a year. In some rare instances, I've gone beyond a year. But there is a packet you have to fill out, and you're absolutely right. If you qualify under the indigency allotment, then you definitely, we can do different things for you. And as far as community service, I don't know if you live in Robstown or where you live, but there is community service in Robstown. There is places you can do community service in Robstown. However,
Well, I'm ready.
I will allow you to do community service in Corpus or wherever you can find it. Okay. But
I'm
Robstown,
ready.
there is community service. So if you want to do if you want community service, there's an application you just have to fill out. There's certain information I need to be able to make that determination, and we'll get you going on that.
I need to come in to fill that out.
Do you live in Robstown?
Okay, sir.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out on me, Jennifer.
I live in Benketti, sir.
Okay, so you can either come into Robstown or you can call the court and they can email you the documents you need, okay? Either way, there's a way for us to get you those documents, okay?
And you said they can email it to me?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, but I need you to call the court today, okay?
Now, I have tried calling the court. The extension numbers aren't working for some reason. Whenever I press a number for the extension, it doesn't take me to anything.
Crystal, make a note. Jennifer, give us your phone number.
361-288-9205.
Crystal, let's have somebody call her today so they can make arrangements to get her that information, because I know that sometimes the phones act up because I've called in and I'm unable to sometimes get.
Yeah, right now, Judge, the phones, we have been having problems the past maybe 2 months already, but the girls, if you call the main number, they will transfer it to our department. But
Okay.
we'll have someone call. Either I will call or Crystal will call today.
Okay. All right, Ms. Bogan, somebody will call you today, okay?
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. Thank
Yes,
you, ma'am.
You're excused. You're excused.
Have a great day and
You
a
too.
weekend.
You too. Crystal,
Yes, sir.
on this one, I'll get with you here in a minute, okay? Let's take care. Let's take care of this gentleman so we can get him on his way. Okay, court recalls cause number 2302001639, State of Texas versus Thomas Elliott Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge, can you please raise your right hand?
Right, sir.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Aldridge. You're here today on a violation for failing to yield the right-of-way from coming out of private property alleged to have occurred on or about June 15, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir. Of course.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's some things I need to let you know before we go forward. The cases that are heard out of this court are Class C misdemeanors with fines that normally do not exceed $500. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a trial by jury, and you can have a trial before the court, which is me. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there is no chance of jail time in these cases. But an attorney could help you understand the law, can help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standard as if you were an attorney. You also the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You do not have to testify in your case against yourself. It's the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit there today, you are innocent until proven guilty. You understand these rights?
Yes, sir.
Other things I need to let you know. There are alternative means to payment. If you are ordered to pay a fine and court cost and are unable to meet that financial obligation, there is an application that you can fill out. We will then have an indigency hearing, and the court determines that you are in fact indigent under the law. We can place you on an extended payment plan. We can give you community service, or we can do a combination of those things. The point is that just because if you're not able to financially meet that obligation, there's other ways to do that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty and no contest could affect your status in the United States. If you find yourself in that situation, I strongly suggest you consult a lawyer. Finally, there are consequences beyond this courtroom on certain charges. For instance, driving without insurance could result in surcharges from the state of Texas. If you have a question whether your particular charge may result in consequences beyond this courtroom, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney. Yes, sir.
When it comes to driving without the insurance now, I believe the company is at fault that I worked for, because the company failed to actually support any of the drivers for any type of insurance until
Well, you haven't been charged with driving without insurance.
Okay.
You're just being charged with failing to yield right away.
Okay.
Finally, so the way this is going to work, I'm going to let you know what you're being charged with again. I'm going to ask you, how do you plead? You're going to have three choices. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A plea of guilty and a plea of no contest are essentially the same thing, in that I will find you guilty and then go to the sentencing portion of the case. If you plead not guilty, then we will set you for a pretrial and then ultimately a trial, and you'll be notified by mail of these settings. At the pretrial, there will be a prosecutor present that you will have the opportunity to speak to. It's the prosecutor who brings the case on behalf of the state of Texas. So that's the person that, if you have any issues or any defenses you wish to discuss, that's who you discuss it with. Because not only can the prosecutor recommend a plea bargain agreement to the court, but he also has the ability to recommend dismissal if he feels it's warranted. If you plead no contest, what you're telling the court is that you're not admitting fault. You're not saying you did it. You're not saying you didn't do it. You're just not contesting the matter. But what you are telling the court is that there's enough evidence before the court at this time to substantiate a finding of guilt. The other difference between a guilty and a no contest plea is that when you plead no contest, if that plea is attempted to be used in a civil court to try to prove liability, it's not allowed. However, a plea of guilty can be used to try to prove liability in a civil court. Okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
All right. As to the charge of failing to yield right of way from private property alleged to have occurred on or about June 15, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
The court will accept your plea of guilty. I'm going to place you on 90 days deferred disposition, and I'll tell you what that is in just a minute, Mr. Aldridge.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a fine of $109.90, costs of $150, for a total of $259.90.
Now, excuse me, sir. But yeah, do I have time to ask any questions or anything right now? Or
Yeah, here in just a minute. I'm going to explain what this is. 90 days to disposition means that if you don't get any other violations in 90 days and you pay what I ask you to pay, the case will get dismissed. Okay.
yes, sir.
Now, if you have any questions, right now is the time to ask.
Okay. When it comes to the 259, right now, honestly, just moved out in Texas from California in April. I'm about as flat broke as it can get. My previous job that I was working, where the accident didn't happen, I was getting paid like $200 a week, so pretty much nothing on top of rent. So, right now it's kind of gonna be difficult trying to float that across because I'm literally coming with nothing. So, I don't know if there's any type of way for me to actually do community service because right now I'm trying to pay off this, trying to do whatever I can to get this citation dismissed because I have to go. I'm trying to go to the Navy, and able to go to the Navy, I have to get all these charges. Well, not all, but just this charge dismissed. So if there's any way I can go around paying a lump sum, a small lump sum, as well as doing partially community service or do community service as a whole, I'm totally open for that. But as far as paying the 259, honestly, I barely even have enough money to even pay off rent nor pay off utilities. So it's kind of difficult right now.
Well, like I don't, it's like I said earlier, there is a process to request that, okay? There's an application you have to fill out. Then
Okay.
we'll have another hearing where I review that application. And if I find that you qualify for community service, we can do that, okay? You need to request that application like now, so we can get you set here soon, right?
Okay. When it comes to that application as well, now I don't have no vehicle, so it'd have to be my recruiter to take me out to Robstown to probably get that application. So, but if I can request for that, I definitely will.
Well, Mr. Aldridge, I don't know if you heard me tell the other young lady that was on here, we can send you the application via email, and
Oh, okay.
you can send it back to us, okay?
Okay.
So like I said before, there are ways to deal with the financial obligation. If you are unable to pay it, there's other ways to do it, but we have a process that we have to go by, okay? So let me have a phone number for you, Mr. Aldridge.
It's gonna be 702-272-7817.
And are you still at 7447 Jacaranda, Las Vegas?
No, sir. I'm in Corpus. Just let me know when you're ready for that new address.
Yeah. What's that address?
It's gonna be 4918 Costner, Cosner, and that's gonna be Costner Drive. And zip code for that, it's gonna be 78415.
Okay. Crystal, let's also have somebody call up Mr. Aldridge so we can get him that paperwork, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Aldridge, if you get that paperwork in and we have the hearing and we determine that you are in fact indigent and you do those community service hours within the 90-day period, all of this will get dismissed, okay?
Okay.
So you just stay on top of it, okay?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Okay. All right. Any questions before I let you go?
No, sir. Actually, one. When should I be expecting that call? Should it be directly after this, or?
It'll be at some point today, Mr. Aldridge. We're down to only 2 clerks, so it's when they're able to call you.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Bye.
All right, Crystal. I don't see anybody else on here. The time is 9:40. Do we have another Zoom set up, or are we going off of this one?
No, we have another Zoom set up for 10:30, Judge.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and close this one out. Okay.
Okay.
The time is 9:40.